What's happening, Bootstrappers? It's Dale L. Roberts, #1 best-selling fitness author and also host of Bootstrap Businessmen podcast. And I have got something to share. It's going to be kind of an expedited sharing, if you will, because we don't want to spend too long on this. I just want to kind of give a brief synopsis of what we've accomplished over the last 90 days because Kevin S. Allen and I got into this particular business for a great reason. It wasn't too long ago, probably about, I would say it's been about a little over half year that Kevin and I actually reconnected, and you'll hear this quite a bit in some of our podcasts, that we had been friends, since I was 13 years old. He was best friends with my brother back in high school. And we just lost touch with each other over the years and more recently reconnected. And I found that not only was I running a successful self-publishing business, but he was also running a very successful business in point of sales. And the two of us got together and we talked. And boy, he talks about mindset and positivity and a lot of the things that, really I love reading about, through John C. Maxwell or Brendan Burchard, Tony Robbins. And, we really found this common ground we were able to connect with. And I thought for a second, I said, hey, if we had a fly on the wall, what would they think of our conversation? Could they be able to draw value? And ultimately I said, my gosh, yeah, we could. Why don't we see about really starting to develop a business that we can start to share exactly what we've done in our businesses? And hopefully we've hashed that out with you. So what I wanted to do was go through a brief process of what exactly we've done. So we saw value in the info we shared with each other in conversation, but how were we going to get that out there to develop a business on it? So we needed to establish a network to share this information. So the very first thing is how are people going to find us? So we needed to, first of all, decide what we were going to be called. And I'll tell you, I did a lot of searching on GoDaddy. This is my personal preference. I think that GoDaddy has a superior product for a very cheap price, and their customer service is second to none. If you've had poor experience, I'm sorry to hear that. You can leave your comments down below and troll all you want to, but I'm going to say that nonetheless, every single time that I've dealt with GoDaddy, they've been really awesome. And the timing couldn't have been more perfect because they actually were running a deal on domain names. See, I wanted to kind of build this around domain names because then we could draw traffic to wherever we were at. And I came up with different ideas. He came up with different ideas, being Kevin, not GoDaddy. And we're just shooting ideas off of each other. And we ultimately said, hey, who's our audience we're going to be talking to? Well, we wanted to talk about the people that have little to no money and time to develop and grow a business based around their passions or their skill sets. So really, that's when we kind of say, well, that's a bootstrapping mentality. Starting a business with little to no money. So we wanted to kind of embody that when we came into this. So I said, shoot, $1 for domain, why not? Bootstrap Businessmen was available and I snatched it up just like that. Now, when it came to attaching it, there's a lot more tech involved. It's really not too bad. And if you're kind of a person you say, I don't know how to do a computer or use a computer, or I don't know how to use the interwebs or emails, things like that, really take a deep breath. GoDaddy has got superior customer support, so you can always get on their little support line. It's 24/7. They always have great, knowledgeable people that can direct you in the right direction. And more importantly, it doesn't seem like it's commission-based. And in fact, I'm almost 100% positive that they aren't commission-based. So they're going to give you the good, better, best option based on what you are needing. So for me, I was just able to go on. I used a coupon code, got it for $1 for the next year. And when it re-ups, I think it's like $14.99 for a year. That's not bad. I mean, that's a little over $1 per month to have a domain name. I would always recommend that you buy annual memberships whenever it comes to something in your business because you're going to save more money in the long run and a lot of heartache. So we originally went to a platform called Blog Talk Radio. I'd had some experience prior. I'd had a show on there called The Hour to Empower, and it ran its course. Got to the point where I just kind of was I was not feeling it so much anymore. And on top of that, it was going to require that I had to pay for a membership if I wanted to upgrade. And that's where we came in. We came into this saying, okay, we don't want to have to pay for a membership, but we wanted to have a platform to use our show. Well, everything was all well and good, but we really needed to re-up because essentially we were calling into the show, and it sounds like a call-in show and people talking on the phone, and we didn't like that, so we decided to go for their 1 month free trial. Unfortunately, many technology issues, headaches, hassles, horseshit that we got to deal with, that we just finally said no. Their minimum subscription was like right about $39 per month, and if you paid for it in advance, you'd get essentially like 2 months free. We just weren't feeling it at all. There was just too much technology problems. So God bless you, Blog Talk Radio, but unfortunately you're charging too much for what it's worth. So that's where we started looking into, and I'll even come over here to where I'm editing some stuff over to YouTube. We actually ended up using, and this is more recently over the last month, we used what's called Google Plus Hangouts on Air. So you go to Google Hangouts on Air, and if you've got a Gmail account, all you have to do is just establish your Gmail account and set it up to your Google Plus and your YouTube channel. And essentially you can put Hangouts together. So if you've got a video camera of some sort on your phone or on your computer, and you've got a microphone or at least a built-in microphone on your computer, you can really get this thing cooking. And all you got to do is just, you can invite people to the Hangout, and once when you're recording it, it goes live, people are able to get on, and it immediately processes that video, and you can make it available on your channel. So that's essentially what we end up doing. Here's the beauty of it. Kevin handles a little bit of the workload in that he takes that MP4, which is the video file, and he strips the MP3 from it, which is the audio file. He then uploads it over to, and I wish I would have had this queued up already, he goes over to soundcloud.com, and he does an RSS feed that actually feeds out to numerous places like iTunes and Stitcher and TuneIn. I think he's even working on Google Play, and he's able to get a lot more exposure for us. So you're saying, well, that does not make a business model, Dale. Where exactly you're going to be getting the money? Well, that's a good point. That's when you're going to want to look into things like affiliates, okay? Or sometimes people call it joint venture programs. So JV programs for short. One of the ones we use, and we say quite a bit on the show, it's the Amazon Associates affiliate program. And essentially what you do is you set up a website of some sort, and I'll get to how we did our website, because it wasn't just Blog Talk Radio or YouTube. But in any event, you set up a website and you put a little bit of content on there. And when I mean a little bit, you may want to have like a dozen or more posts. So a blog is almost always the best option for you to do because it's simple and you really don't have too much to put onto it to make it look pretty. Any event, Amazon Associates will evaluate your specific website and say, hey, are they worthy enough to carry our affiliate program? And they'll say yay or nay. At first they said no to us because we didn't have enough content, but within a couple of weeks of us putting content up consistently, Amazon gave us a thumbs up and they said, okay, great. So here's the nice thing is when you apply for that, you can essentially go to just about any products, or even for that matter, some really great specials or programs that they have, like Kindle Unlimited or Prime shipping. If you get people to sign up, you get a bonus for things like that. You get a certain percentage or commission of all sales if you send traffic over towards that direction. Every little last bit counts. We also started what's called an email list, and I'll cover this a little bit more in depth in future videos on what an email list is and how you can use it to leverage your network of people that are subscribed to you to actually monetizing it to where they can actually help build your business. And last but not least would be publications. That was just a no-brainer. With me being a self-publishing person, I had a little bit of information that I knew that we could bootstrap our way up, putting out good quality publications and making some good money. So like things like Fail to Succeed and 10 Guiding Principles to the Ethical Entrepreneur, just a good example. Soul Food, we've put out journals, other things even. Kevin's got some other things that he's got in the background running for us that actually brings in an additional income. All of it white hat, none of this black hat stuff. We actually keep everything very legit. So we looked for the cheapest yet most effective way to start up. That was really the most important thing to us. So how did we do the website? This is really just super simple. Not too many people realize this. You can actually go to WordPress, You can search it up. You can go WordPress.com if you wanted to. And WordPress is really simple. If you've already got the domain name, all you have to do is just go on to WordPress.com. You can actually register for an account that you can get for free, and you can just set up a blog. Now, here's the thing is, if you get it for free, of course, you are going to have advertisements on there. There's going to be little advertisements. Will it benefit you? No, not by any stretch. But when you're bootstrapping and you're starting out, you're just going to want to maybe get that domain name, establish it, and hook it up over to WordPress, which, by the way, GoDaddy can walk you through that. It's a fairly simple process when you do it on your own, but if you're afraid of starting that up, all you have to do is go set up your WordPress account, get your blog set up, get everything kind of going. It doesn't need to look pretty. They have some templates already set. You could just pick any number of templates. It can go look generic as hell. It doesn't matter. And then you just go to GoDaddy and have them attach it to the particular WordPress thing. And they can even mask the WordPress domain name so that way it sticks to, say, for instance, we have Bootstrap Businessmen. It doesn't say bootstrapbusinessmen.wordpress.com. It covers that up. So that's how easy it is. So that was really kind of a crash course in what we've done in Bootstrap Businessmen. If you've enjoyed this video and if you have questions, please leave them in the comments below. And of course, click that thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to us on YouTube. If you're on our blog right now, hey, I would love to hear from you. Hit your comments down below. And don't forget, sharing is caring. And I will see you next week.